Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for The Walking Dead at Daryl Dixon. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another discussion topic video after the major trailer that we got for Season 1. We're going to talk about Laurent in this video, and we're going to talk about his immunity storyline to the zombie apocalypse and how it may or may not be mirroring another zombie apocalypse series. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another video talking about Season 1. We're going to discuss a major discussion topic that's been going around for The Walking Dead fan base over the last couple days after the trailer is released for Daryl Dixon. Figured I would do a video on this one because I know a lot of people wanted me to talk about this discussion topic, and it is a major one going around right now, which is a major plot in the Daryl Dixon series with this new character named Laurent. Now, Laurent is a young kid. He's one of the main stars on the show. We've seen him a lot in the advertisements. We've seen him in the trailer now as well too. And we know that he has a major storyline with Daryl where it appears like him and Daryl start to develop some sort of bond. So, you know, he's going to be a pretty big character, I would say, for this show. Now, the objective of this storyline with this Laurent character is that Daryl is helped by a whole bunch of nuns. And then he has some sort of debt to pay back or something along those lines. And Isabel, the brand new character that we have for this series, basically sets Daryl on this mission to get this, kid who is immune, who is infected, to somewhere where they can, do something with him, something like that. And they have to travel across the country in order to get this kid to wherever they're going, right? And again, we don't know exactly where she's sending Daryl to with this kid, but, it's something along those lines. And it does sound like it's going to be one of those scenarios where Daryl doesn't want to do this. Daryl wants to go back home, but he has a debt to pay, so he has to take this kid across the country. And at first, he's not exactly so sure about the kid. He doesn't really want to hear anything about him. But, as the story progresses, we can clearly see in the trailer that Daryl does grow some sort of a bond with this kid. Which goes into a little bit of the description about this series, which is that Daryl tries to make it back home, but the bonds that he forms in France makes him question where he belongs, which I think is a load of crap, to be honest. I think he definitely should realize that he needs to go back to America, you know what I mean? But either way, that's the storyline we're being offered here. So, doesn't that sound a little bit familiar to you guys? I'm sure it does to probably a lot of you guys. A immune kid that's been infected, a grumpy guy that doesn't really want to do this, gets them across the country, slowly starts to, develop a bond with them as the series progresses, etc., right? Now, I've heard a few people that have called this a ripoff France version of The Last of Us, and The Last of Us is what we're talking about here. The Last of Us is a game and it's a TV series, and in both of those you have literally the same thing. A kid that's infected, that is immune, quote unquote, and they go across country, and, the main character in The Last of Us, Joel, didn't really like the kid at first, but then as the time went on, he started forming a bond with her, and then by the time, the season came to an end, things kind of flipped around and stuff like that. So, what do I think about this? I know a lot of people have been asking me to talk about this one. Do I think it's a ripoff of The Last of Us? I'm not gonna lie, it's very close. It's not a rip-off, per se, because a rip-off would be like Daryl called Joel, and, you know what I mean, like, Laurent was like a female, you know what I mean, and they were in America. At that point, okay, yeah, that is a total ripoff. But this is like a semi-ripoff. I will say, it's a semi-ripoff. There's elements of it that are a little close, I'll say that. Now, one of the biggest things that I can't even get over is the immunity storyline with Laurent. I can't even believe Walking Dead Universe is doing this. I mean, I know that they were trying it with Fear the Walking Dead, with like Alicia and, some of these others, but a lot of the times in Fear, they would just die. They wouldn't be immune. They would just end up dying, of the infection. It would eventually catch up to them, right? But with this show, it appears like they're just full on doing an immunity storyline, which I don't know how I feel about it, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know how I feel about a immunity storyline this many years into the Walking Dead universe. Like, and I know a lot of people would say, like, well, maybe it's something to do with, the younger generation or something, or like the generation that is born in the apocalypse is immune to the infection. And my answer to that would be, I don't think so, because Dwight and Sherry's kid in Fear of the Walking Dead was born in the apocalypse, and he died of a zombie bite. So if that's the approach they're trying to go with in this show, then they're breaking canon of the Walking Dead universe. You know what I mean? So I don't know. To me, it appears like the kid really is immune. It appears like Daryl really is taking him across, France, and it appears like they really have this mission. Which, like I said, I just don't know how I feel about it. I really just don't know how I feel about that storyline. It really comes off to be very unoriginal to me. You know what I mean? Again, we'll have to actually watch the season all the way through to fully judge it, and I want to keep that in mind. For anybody that's watching this that thinks that I'm judging things right away, you know what I mean? Because I know some people like to think that. I'm not judging it right away. I'm just pointing out, facts and what we know about the show so far. It does sound like a very familiar plot. I am going to hand it to you guys. For the people that say that this is a somewhat Last of Us ripoff, I could see it. To be honest, I could see it. Yeah, I definitely could. And here's the problem with it too, is that, I think this show has a lot going for it when it comes to, the visuals and stuff, but as I've said before, the storylines are very odd to me so far, and I'm not really sure why they would want to do a storyline that's like literally almost the exact same as The Last of Us in the same year that The Last of Us TV show releases. It just doesn't seem like a smart idea to me. But again, we'll have to see what they do. It's all up in the air right now. We'll have to see, how this storyline's adapted and how they handle it, but for now, that's what we got, guys. That's what we got going on. So anyway, let me know in the comment section below. Do you think that this storyline is a little too close to The Last of Us? Anybody that's played or watched or done both for The Last of Us, let me know if you think it's a little too close. And if you don't know what The Last of Us is, this video might be a little confusing for you. But yeah, I'm curious. I'm very curious to see if you guys agree with this one. So anyway, if you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos of the Walking Dead universe. Make sure to follow me at Dan's The Walking Dead Reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for Daryl Dixon. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.